cute and lethal means that I, as a Black woman, take full responsibility for my security and safety and the preparation thereof. Weekly, I show it by learning, training, and practicing on the range, at home, wherever it takes to secure my person.
We are here with our Unfuckable With session. So let's start with some basics. Whenever you're practicing, working with, cleaning, anything, you want to make sure that you do not have live ammo in your gun, right? I am constantly checking my gun. Almost every time I put it down, I'm checking it again to make sure that it's clear. So let's do some clearing checks. So let's clear it too. I'm dropping the mag out. See, this had live rounds. You know what I'm gonna do with these live rounds? I'm going to put them way the hell over here. Okay. And what we're gonna do, because this one has an extra safety, and see, I had it loaded. And the reason I had it loaded is because this is one of my favorite concealed carries. So when I'm out and about and I'm doing my thing, before I go out, I make sure that I have live rounds in my grip. Remember, this is the grip. What looks like the handle, that's the grip. And I have learned and gotten comfortable with what they call carrying one in the chamber. So I won't have to take the slide and do this to get it in the chamber. It will automatically be there. And so if I need to just hurry and pull, I can. Okay. So, you never point at something that you're not willing to shoot, and you don't put your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to shoot. Okay. So just some simple steps that we just did to clear. Now, let's look at some other basic things to help us get comfortable, Black women, with handling a concealed carry, which would normally be a handgun. This one is a very light in weight, in physical weight, and even when you have it completely loaded, right, because this particular gun, the magazines can either take 10 or 15 rounds of ammo in them. Now, usually when I'm at home and I'm practicing, I work using blank or those caps you saw like this, right? And there's red ones that fit into this one, so that, again, we don't get mixed up. So let's just look at a couple of things. This right here is what we call the grip. See this little tail right here? That's called beaver tail. If you look, you can see the sights. This is called, this plus this is an iron sight, are your iron sights. This one is your back iron sight. This one is your front iron sights. Different guns will have different shapes or types of iron sights on them. Okay, the older ones might not even have one, but this is how you aim. Okay, and you'll learn that when you go take your classes. Now, that I actually have a manual safety on here. When you need it, it just slips right down. This also has what's called a trigger guard. So this piece right here, of course, is the trigger. And then this piece right here is a trigger guard. So you can't accidentally snag the trigger on your clothes or belt or something like that. Now, this is a piece I added because, girl, who don't love a good red dot, girl? But this guards the whole trigger right here, right? When I put in a magazine, right, I will take it and I will use the slide, which is this piece right here is called a slide. And right here, this is the whole body of the gun right here, but this is your slide. So This is called a light rack. Because of the way that they did the serrations and these little holes you see here, it makes the slide, it makes it so the slide is so easy to slide, because some of these can be pretty tough, especially when you first buy them. You have to kind of work them with them a little bit. Okay, so we seen it. We got a grip. We got a beaver tail, right? We got this part of the gun, which is the slide. We have iron sights. We have a back iron sight and a front iron sight. That little green is a tritium, which means I can see in the dark with it. And then we have the actual trigger, and then we have a guard on the trigger, but this whole thing is a guard. So this is just basics. Just whenever I pick up my gun, I always come right tight into the beaver tail with this part of my hand. Okay, so when I do that, I will wrap my fingers, my 3 fingers around, and as you'll see this part of the gun, this finger here is sitting right underneath it, so it's making it so my grip is really wonderful. Okay, now I'm going to turn around a little bit. The next part of it is I'm going to fit my other hand. We don't teacup like this. We don't do no John Wick, bad boy shit like that, because you won't be able to control what's called the recoil. If you don't have a good grip on your gun, the power of the bullet leaving the gun, once you pull the trigger, it will ride up, right? But when you guys see me on the range, you'll notice that I have very little of that play. So here we go. We have a grip. See my thumb? Ooh, look, I put some more little, never mind, we ain't gonna throw that. Okay, so you see where this thumb is? Now, there's a space right here. And what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna take my other hand, and I'm gonna come around, and I'm gonna fit the palm of my hand, the other hand, into that space. So let me see if I can get you to see it. See how it's totally wrapped around the grip of the gun, right? So this way, and you see where my thumbs are, right? I put some more stripling on here so my thumb wouldn't slip, and you know, it's nice. And when I go to fire the gun, my grip is always this way. This is how I practice, right? Whenever I put my gun down, I practice picking it up so that I'm getting the first part of the grip, and then I'm coming in and I'm completing the puzzle. Okay? Now, I've seen people with their thumbs crossed and all that stuff. Girl, good, you do that. That's not how I train. Now, I am not a professional, as we all know. This is only my journey, but I wanted you to see this.
We're all unfuckable with. What about you? Love on you, girl.